This bullet journal is a hybrid that is in a disc-bound leather cover book that brings magic into my everyday life with its forest elven vibes. The themes are inspired by a place that I created to go on adventures for inspiration. Join us as we set up this journal and tell a story about the artwork on the monthly cover page, and go on adventures together through a magical realm. Long ago, there was a scribe who created a bullet journal to note the story of Edeisuke, a magical world they adventured to for inspiration. Okay, it was not that long ago. In fact, you are watching the creation of the first chapter being created. Now, this scribe is also an artist, but has not used these mediums before, so this story starts with trying new things and accepting that maybe it may take a few tries to get the image in her head onto the page. Even then, it didn't quite match. But it was all a learning experience, as is most things in life. This painting took hours of labor and love, and is still a work in progress, kind of like me. As the scribe, I wanted to share the importance of Rosegate Garden, so let's not focus too much on the flaws and watch the pages unfold as I tell you about Rosegate Garden. Now, Rosegate Garden is right near the entrance to this world of Edeisuke. This world is full of magic, creatures not found in our world, and nooks that offer calm and restorative places to rest. The gate with its large pillars looks as if it is to scare away people. In fact, there are 4 pillars in the garden to represent the 4 directions and elements. There are symbols on the stones that I could not translate to the page, but are very important. These pillars are most likely created to scare away the gnomes, pixies, and other creatures that would come to steal Nokomas Nimoral's, or Nuko Nim, as everyone calls her, roses. Her roses are known throughout the lands. Before I continue on with the story, let me tell you about Nuko Nim, who is the wisest and most ancient elven female a person could meet. Her long white hair flows to the ground, and it is surprising to see wrinkles around her eyes, but this is just one small clue as to how old she really is. She studies alchemy, and as her scribe, I have noted many recipes, teas, and spells, which I sometimes use myself. She is the caretaker of the water and the magic of the realm, and I am the caretaker of the history of these majestic lands. These roses are special because the magic that makes the water glow flows right through Nuko Nim's garden. Her roses glow with magic, and I think some of the pixies like to eat them. Nuko Nim shares her flowers with everyone and creates potions to heal most ailments, but it is best not to let everyone have free reign, or there will be no more flowers. The water flows throughout the land. However, it seems to release most of its magic near or in the garden. Nuko Nim's flowers are the deepest blue, and at night you can see them glow and look like stars on the ground. Nuko Nim makes potions with the water as well as her roses, but she has to collect it in a special way. And I think that's a different story. She told me once that all water is magical, and if you talk to it and ask it to help you, it will. It has a memory and collects the history of the land and its people. So in a way, I guess it's like a scribe too. I also think that water is magical. There is nothing quite like drinking a cool glass of spring water or letting the water wash away your worries in a waterfall. Grandma Nim has been around for millennia and could not remember the beginning of magic. She told me once that magic is in the small things, sometimes in the things that people take for granted or pass by every day. She also told me that everyone has a spark of magic in them, and if they feed it with imagination, laughter, and dreams, that magic will grow. When I first went to this world, I was feeling exhausted and a little worn out. But Nuko Nim invited me to sit down at her table, made me a cup of tea of rose hip, rose petal, and mint, and listened to my story. She said everyone needed someone to listen, and she thinks this is why the written word was created, so stories could be shared with all manner of people. She told me that journaling was a good way to stay healthy and happy, so I created a journal. I have a different journal for all the adventures of this world. But the bullet journal is a way to keep track of myself. I also try to take some time to reflect, learn, and to help others. The elves have more time than humans, and I have learned to cherish each moment since I know that tomorrow is not promised. This does not make me sad, it just makes me try harder to find good things in every day and sprinkle happiness around. The roses worked their magic on me, and I felt as if I could take a walk in the woods to visit the fairies, write another novel, or just gaze at the stars and take a deep breath. Her roses have helped many people, and in fact, I think that it is her garden and Nim herself that allows a person to relax enough to gain some energy and magic. The roses are in forever bloom, and when one gets taken the proper way, there always seems to be more that come in its place. Nuko Nim says they tell her when they are ready, and she only takes a few from each area of her garden at a time, allowing it to heal and continue to grow. There is magic in sitting on the ground, smelling the roses, and looking at their beauty in their natural state. I could sit for hours with my feet dangling in the stream, laying back and watching the clouds flow by. I could see the roses out of the corner of my eye, leaning toward me to greet me and share their energy. The rose garden is a reminder about people, that everyone is beautiful and unique, each petal like a fingerprint marking the world with its glow. It's about protecting the magic in the world and still being able to share it with others. Sometimes the gates are open, letting others in to bask in the magic, light, and energy of the roses, and other times it is shut to be able to give the roses time to rejuvenate, heal, and grow in solitude. There's power in taking time to ourselves, doing things that make us happy, and growing quietly. Long ago, the roses were growing and flourishing without a gate and walls to protect them. Nuko Nim had always lived where she was, in a small cottage that was filled with herbs, books, and potion bottles. It always smelled of rosemary, mint, sage, sweetgrass, and of course, roses. She would use the roses, but she felt that even though she planted the first plant under a tree near her home, that they didn't belong solely to her. She would walk through the flowers and encourage them, telling them they were magic and beautiful and everything was right with the world. Then she started to notice that people were plucking all the stems of the roses, and some were even pulled up from their roots. This saddened her, and she tried to heal and help them. Then the magic started to dim in the lands, and the elders of every clan came together and met about the issue. Nuko Nim stated that the roses were taken carelessly, and she thought that the sadness and sickness in the roses indicated something important about the magic. This was a very, very long time ago, and they did not know there was that connection between the roses, magic, and the water. She told about the magic the roses gave her potions and how the waters dancing through the gardens aided in this. The elders decided that they were going to create a wall and gate around the roses to protect them and let them heal. It was with a heavy heart that Nim agreed. She was determined to be the best caretaker of the magic and roses. The elves gathered their magic and with the help of giants created a magical barrier around the roses. Nuko Nim told me that it took many, many years for the roses to heal and thrive again. But when it did, she shared them again. Everyone needs time to heal, and I hope you take time for yourself and feed your magic. I stumbled across the gateway to this world through the water. And as most things, through daydreaming, thinking about things, and gazing off into the wide world. I was dipping my toes in a pool of water and had my copper bracelet on, and I fell into this world. It inspired me to write again. It gave me a place to think about all the different characters. So I come to visit the roses, and when the gates are closed for the roses to heal, I come to visit Nuko-Nim, or the fairies, or unicorns, or all the other creatures that are found in this realm. There are endless adventures and so many people and creatures to meet this coming year, and I plan to share these stories with you as I create my bullet journal. And you are welcome to come back anytime to this place to heal, to relax and rest and get inspired. As subscribed to this world and to Nuko-Nim, I plan to share many stories through this year on our YouTube channel. I also want to let everyone know that all of the monthly setups will be based off of a story or a person or an adventure that happens in this world, so that I can continue to share this world with you. I hope you enjoyed the story of the roses and Nuko-Nim, and it kind of brought a different element, I'm hoping, to the bullet journal setups. I really enjoy creating my setups and sharing my setups, and so I want to continue doing that, as well as sharing my storyteller, scribe personality with all of you. As we're getting ready to jump into the flip through, I had a question for all of you. Is there a place that you go to heal, to relax and rest and get inspired? Is it in your imagination, or is it a real place in the world? So with the flip through, I wanted to share the close-up of the front cover page. I'm really proud of the way it came out, since I've never really worked with watercolors, and I had so much fun with those stamps. And with the monthlies, I tried to incorporate both the yellow and the blue, and trying to add the roses throughout. And since she is an apothecary, I decided to add a little apothecary cabinet on the side. The word count is on the bottom corner, and then the yellows are to do the amount I write each day, and then the blue is on the goals. And then in this page, this is my project page. I figured I could do a project page for every month, and I broke it down into different sections. I have home, blog, archives, YouTube, other, press, art, business, and PhD. And then this page is one line a day, which I think can really help me to hopefully think about each day as it is, and then separate my tasks by projects, so all of my yearly goals can be broken down by each section, and broken down by months, so that way I can bring it through the month and continue for my yearly goals. For the weekly pages, I broke it down so that the boxes are containing homework assignments for my courses. Then I have my PhD separate stuff, projects, video of the week, my priorities, and then any events that are going on. And then I have my Alistair method on the side. And by breaking this down weekly, I feel like I can just focus on just like events, what homework I need to do, and see it all at one glance, because usually I have my planner open every day. And then the only thing that I changed for per weekly was adding the little different roses in different sections, so you can see the habit tracker on the right side all the time, and you can see the beautiful roses on the other side. The habits and routines that I'm tracking are write or work on your books, create, language, workout and stretch, handwriting, my water jug, mood, energy, and social post. And then the last page is monthly reflections. This is highlights, gratitude, improvements, remembering, projects, currently what am I watching, reading, and listening to, and then goals and successes. Did I meet all of my goals for the month? I also added daily pages again, but I split them in half so it'd be easier for me to fill the pages. And I hope you guys enjoyed, so give it a like if you do, follow us, and join the adventure. Thank you.